Every so often, a product comes along that isn't trying to reinvent anything. It's just trying to refine the experience, make it smoother, faster, and more consistent. That's exactly where this monitor sits. On paper, this is the Samsung 27-inch Odyssey G5 G50F QHD gaming monitor. But specs only tell part of the story. What actually matters is how it feels when you sit down, power it on, and start using it in real time. First impression is simple and clean. Samsung keeps things minimal here. Thin bezels, a straightforward stand, and a design that doesn't scream gaming setup from across the room. It feels like something designed to fit into a workspace just as easily as a gaming station. Nothing flashy, just functional and modern. But once the display turns on, the experience shifts. The 180Hz refresh rate combined with QHD resolution is where the difference becomes obvious. If you're coming from a lower refresh rate panel, this isn't a subtle improvement. Everything instantly feels more responsive. Cursor movement, scrolling, dragging windows, and especially in-game motion all feel significantly smoother. It's the kind of upgrade that quietly changes your expectations of what smooth actually feels like. This is a fast IPS panel, which means it's balancing speed with visual quality. You get quick response behavior without completely sacrificing color consistency or viewing angles. It's not trying to compete with OLED, and it doesn't need to. Instead, it focuses on being reliable and consistent in everyday use and gaming. HDR10 support is included, and while it's not a full high-end HDR experience, it still adds a bit more depth in supported content. Bright areas feel slightly more dynamic, and shadows gain a bit more separation. It's a subtle enhancement rather than a dramatic shift. Where this monitor really proves itself is motion handling. With a 1 millisecond response time, fast-moving scenes stay relatively sharp. In competitive games, that means less motion blur and more clarity when tracking movement or reacting quickly. Pair that with NVIDIA G-Sync compatibility and AMD FreeSync support, and you get a much more stable experience overall. Frame rate fluctuations feel less disruptive, and screen tearing is essentially taken out of the equation. Now the real question is always the same. Does it actually change how you play? And the honest answer is yes, but not in a magical way. It doesn't improve your skill level. It doesn't make you a better player overnight. What it does is reduce friction. Inputs feel more immediate, movement feels tighter, and everything responds closer to real time. And once you adjust to that level of smoothness, going back to a lower refresh rate display feels noticeably slower. Outside of gaming, it still holds up well. QHD resolution makes everything sharper, and the high refresh rate makes even everyday tasks feel smoother. Browsing, multitasking, and general use all benefit from that extra fluidity. The stand is also fully adjustable, which adds a practical advantage during long sessions. Small ergonomic adjustments like tilt and height make a real difference over time. And visually, it stays clean enough to fit into almost any setup without drawing attention. Of course, it's not competing with ultra-premium displays. You won't get OLED-level blacks or top-tier HDR brightness. But that's not the purpose here. The goal is balance. A fast, smooth, reliable display that performs consistently without overcomplicating the experience. And in a market full of gaming monitors chasing extreme specs and flashy features, this one stands out by keeping things simple and focused.